Quiet Future. Reading 1. The world is silent all around, a landscape of desolation. Jagged rocks jutting from the flat ground, dust settled, stones of starvation, looming over a precipice beyond which lies the creation. This silence is no artifice. Something has gone terribly wrong. It seeps in every orifice, this deeply terrifying song. Crunch. A noise is heard, silence broke. Clumsy feet are stumbling along. Streams of tears and disbelief choke. The body tingles and yet is numb. What has happened? Is this a joke? Thoughts are bleary, the tongue struck dumb. Legs are weary, the bowels are clean, and now there's an ominous hum. The feet stop, there's nowhere to lean. Knees drop into the sand and rock, jagged and hot, everything mean, in this strange, forsaken wasteland. The sun saturates the face, throbbing with heat. A trembling hand wipes the brow, but there is no trace of sweat, only dry, gritty dust. No water here to help erase this acrid, lingering taste. Must this heat beating upon the back never cease? But this is just the path around this lonely track, beaten wide and smooth by that choice when sweet innocence did not lack. The purity that did rejoice in the goodness of that place, where, under the presence of that loving voice, love and joy were easy to share. There was no room for selfish thought, for one another we did care, but this heat, oh, how it has taught, coiled within a choice is the cost that despoils all good fruits to naught. How subtle it slithers when lost in thought, wandering all alone. It bides its time until it's crossed by the one he's seeking to own. Silent it sneaks, wry and clever, spitefully aware it's unknown. The lie awaits that will sever the loving bond between the two, an offer made that forever rent asunder what once was true, and whole and good, but lies seduce, and serpent came with false virtue, and false pretense, that helped induce my wife, my life, the one of me, into conjuring an excuse, to taste of the fruit of that tree, expressly forbidden by our God. And because of this we now see the malice snake holds against God. Our Father freely let us love him, so humble and just our God. But the serpent strikes at the dove with the venomous temptation, leading us to think we're above, that Creator and creation are as equals, that both are one. Such a subtle incantation, trust was broken, and now we run. The garden is now as a dream. My God, what is it I have done? The lie, so subtle, made it seem that we could be like unto you, that you held us not in esteem? It is a lie, none of it true. But we would not see in our pride, and evermore my children will rue the day Eve and I took the side of the devil, that brilliant light. And now our guilt we try to hide. But all things are plain in God's sight. The devil wanted us to be as him, to amongst ourselves fight. He does not want us to be free. His venom now flows through the veins of all of our children's history. For on the earth the devil reigns, sowing deep the seeds of discord. Now the juice of this fruit stains all of our children. Death has poured its bitter drink upon this earth, so small and meek, where we are moored amongst the stars. Over this dearth all our children will fight and kill, in their pursuit of wealth and mirth. Their lust for flesh, blood, and gold will leave them empty, hollow, and cold. Will they know what they seek to fill is the trust in freedom we sold? We bought the lie. We did not know exactly what was being told. Subtle is the tempter, and though we knew what was God's command, to the snake we did not say no. For we can't fully understand why God's way is the only one, so we must trust we're in his hand. Because when all is said and done, the dearth that men will squabble for, everything they think they have won, believing that there's nothing more than what is now and here, is as nothing for what's in store. For in the garden was no fear. There was love and trust, all was good. And now I know our death is near. There is nothing that ever could take away the love we once had for our God for our gracious God in that wood. We have it still, and we are sad we hurt him so. But he is Lord, we are not, and now we are glad to live on in hope. For a sword will come, and it will strike at snake, And all the blood that has been poured from now to the end, God will make work for good. For we knew him well, and know him still, and he will take back his own, that through the tree fell. Because God always has a plan. He did not cast us into hell. And knowing this, I trust I can carry on the rest of my days kneeling before him as a man, contemplating his righteous ways and all things that are good and true. Even as these fiery sun rays beat upon my face, God is true.